Alrighty, so hand sanding it is. I gotta admit, some people really like hand sanding. I am not one of them. Let me show you the spice first. It's bad welds and 3 pieces of steel and a piece of pipe cut, then a smaller piece that goes in it. I drilled 2 holes, welded the screws on, then just 2 more pieces of steel, the piece of leather in between each of them. That slides in. This piece right here, welded a nut on that. Bam. For this, I took a hole saw, a 3-inch hole saw, and just laid the piece down and cut it out with the hole saw. So that's what made this curve right here. And then just badly welded it out. Look at these welds, man. These welds are horrible. But it's sturdy and it works great. So, it serves its purpose. That's the important part. So let me just say, it's been 30 days since I started these daily vlogs. I'm pretty happy. I set out to do 30 vlogs in 30 days. Today is 30. I'll say one day I did upload a video, like some of my music, a new song. So I don't know if that counts. So, even if that doesn't count, we'll say 29 videos in 30 days. So I'm going to cut back because I've been finding myself doing all editing and not much work. So I think I'm just going to start doing more work. I'm going to try to get up at least 4 videos a week. I'm not committing to that, but that's what I'm going to try for. That'll give me, more days to work and a couple days to edit and all that. Alrighty. So here, one more thing old belts come in handy for. Here's an 80 belt. An 80 and a 240. What I do is I'll take the 80, cut it, bam, there you works great for hand sanding. That's all you need. So, I'm not gonna sit here with this whole video and just hand sand. I'll do a little bit, talk a little bit, rant a little bit, celebrate a little bit since it's my 30 days that I've got my goal completed, and sand, and then I'll show you the end product, and then we'll be on with tomorrow. So anyway, one thing about setting goals is it just makes life not worth living, but it gives you something to look forward to every day. But I will say, man, I woke up this morning feeling great. It was like, oh man, I'm gonna get my 30s done and everything's great. Looked on the comments and some guy's like, oh, my friend told me that your friend dying was hilarious. Because I'll comment here and there about how I lost my friend in '96 and quit music for 15 years and finally got back into music and all that stuff, and people like that, it doesn't really hurt your feelings. It just makes me feel sorry for these people. I mean, God, is your life so miserable and depressing that the only thing you find happiness in is making others miserable? I mean, I've had a lot of low points in my life, and no matter how low I got, I never wanted to bring other people down. It just baffles me, And, believe me, I've had some really rough spots, and never did I think, oh, let's just make other people miserable. I'm miserable, so everyone else has to be miserable too. I mean, God, what a horrible existence. it just blows my mind. I'll say, I've done a lot of things and I've failed at a lot of things, and, it really can make life seem unfair. I've had a few people comment like, oh man, it's great you don't take pity in yourself about your arm. But I have, I've woken up and been like, why me? Why is this all happening to me? Why am I this person? Why can't I be a better person? Or you look at other knife makers or other things and you see these things that are just so beautiful, and you're like, oh, I wish I could do that. Why can't I do that? Well, you can't, because you don't sit there and practice. You don't sit there and do it. That's everyone has gone through making horrible knives and ruining knives or anything. Picking up a guitar, picking up and trying to play it and sounding horrible. You don't get better by being jealous of other people. It just, and one thing I learned a long time ago, there will always be someone better. No matter what you do, there will always be someone better. So you just have to be the best you. No one can be a better you than you. I know it sounds, cliche and oh yeah, you're just saying that. But, I'm 46 years old. I've been at the point where I thought I was going to die, and I was accepting with it. I went in for heart surgery, and I was actually accepted that I was going to die and found no problem with that. It wasn't until after I got out of the hospital and realized, man, the last 20 years of your life has just been a waste. You have nothing to show. You have a few things you did back in the 90s. That was 20 years ago. You were a carpenter and you built houses and you've done all this stuff, and that's great, but I always wanted more. And I let the fact that my arm was messed up and that I had this problem or that problem run my life. And, I'll say there's a good 5 or 6 years where I barely even got out of bed. I didn't do anything. I didn't play music. I didn't even really leave the house. I'm one of those guys that's like, oh, I didn't live till I was 40. But it's true. I was a party, I partied. My life was partied away. That's what I did with my life, I was like, oh, you only live once, so you might as well just party it away, do everything. And it consumes you. You just don't care. And it gets to the point where your whole life is just not caring. And, it's an eye-opener when you're about to go in for heart surgery and you're like, oh, well, if I die, I die. If I wake up, I wake up. That's, looking back, is crazy. I've done nothing since then except try to make something out of my life. Try to make knives, get into knife making. Haha, look at that, that was funny. I guess I'm just ranting and ranting because hand sanding sucks and is boring. And I made the 30 days and I just couldn't believe the comments I read. It's like, it has to be the day that this comment comes in. I just couldn't believe it. But you just gotta take it with stride. Stuff knocks you down, get back up. Don't let it knock you down. I can't say that. It's gonna knock you down. Life is gonna suck. Life is gonna throw everything at you. When you think you have it all, you'll find out that you were really wrong. Life has all kinds of obstacles and ups and downs, and people just love misery, and it's easy to fall into that trap. Real easy to fall into that trap. You know, you just gotta find inspiration, find things you love, and just start doing them. And you know what? It's gonna suck, and you're gonna be horrible, and you know, it's not gonna work at first, and it's gonna make you want to give up. But you know, if you keep at it, one day you'll look and you'll be like, oh man, when did I start doing this? You know, when I started making knives, I could not do bevels. I tried every cheat, everything just to make them look good, and it was, you know, my bevels looked horrible. And then after a few months, well, after about a year, I would say, they started looking better and better. And I was just, you know, I tried more and more different grinds and more knives I like. You know, I have always watched, you know, YouTube videos and watched all these people and taken advice and try what they said. And a lot of it works, but some of it doesn't. You just gotta keep trying and find your little niche. That's all there is to it. Find what makes you do what will work. You know, take other people's advice. You know, find ways to make things work. And you know, it'll come. You just can't do it for a little bit and then be like, oh, this isn't worth it. Because, you know, one day it will be worth it. And one day it will look good. You just gotta keep at it. Keep at it. There was, man, in this last 30 days, you know, when I first started this, I was like, oh, I'll do a video every day. I'll get all kinds of subscribers and my knives will sell. And all this will happen. And to be honest, a lot of it hasn't. But you can't expect it to be overnight. You know, it's gonna take time. You know, hopefully it'll pay off. But even if it doesn't, I achieved those things that I set out to achieve. So that in itself is what makes it worth it. Oh, I hate hand sanding. Have I told you that? Alright. So, you know, another thing that works great for handles and anything are these little sanding blocks. They come in real handy. They work really good. You know, 120, 220. They just work really good, you know. Sorry people, I'm running out of things to talk about. That was my rant for the for the morning. Yeah, just keep working at it. Just gotta pay attention. You know, when you're hand sanding, pay attention to your lines. You know, find a point and make sure they match as they're going. That's why I like putting liners in a lot of these things. Because I'll take it and I'll use the liner as a guide and then see how it comes out. You know, see right here they hollow in, or they curve in, they curve in. So this one comes a little bit smoother. This one's kind of going straight, so I'm going to have to curve it more to try to get it to match. The important thing about knife making is both sides always match, no matter what you're doing. Getting both sides even. Unless you don't want them even, you know, if you're going for some other look, then, you know, that's acceptable too. It's your knife. That's the best part about knife making. People can't tell you you've made it wrong because it's your design. You know, you designed it, you came up with it. It might not be, you know, if you're making someone else's duplicate or something, then yeah, they can tell you it's wrong. But when you're coming up with your own design, just like in music, you know, when I'm writing my guitar songs and bass and all that, people can't tell me I played the wrong note because I wrote that song. Only I can tell myself I hit the wrong note. which I do all the time, but you know, that's fun too. Life is about, you know, just keeping on. Trying to keep your head up, you know, helping others. You know, I used to have a big problem with being caught up in myself. Oh, life's not fair. Oh, everyone else gets this and I don't. You know, this happens, and, you know. And my mom told me something. She's like, you know, get out of yourself. You know, if you want to, go volunteer, help people. Do something where you can't even think about yourself. Then you'll realize how good you really have it, you know. There's always someone better, and there's always someone worse. You know. That's the thing about life. It's, you know, no matter how good you have it, or how bad you have it, there's always someone better, and there's always someone worse. So yeah, I'm pretty stoked about my 30-day goal. You know, I'm real happy. Real happy. Alright. And you know, like this vice, like my grinder, like my heat treat oven, you know, they look horrible, but they work great. You know, I could be all defeated. Oh, they don't look perfect. My welds, you know, why aren't my welds getting better? Well, it's because I just started. You know, I have to learn. I have to practice. I have to keep at it. I can't be like, oh, I laid down 20 welds, so I should be a professional. No, you know, it's something that you have to work at. You have to invest, you know. That's why people say time is money, because your time is a lot more important than the money. You can always go buy stuff, but who wants to buy stuff? You know, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love buying stuff, but if I have the choice to try to build it or buy it, I always try to build it first. Then I usually end up buying it because it comes out wrong. But sometimes it doesn't. That heat treat oven, that would have been like $1,500 bucks. I saved up for 4 or 5 months getting little parts here, little parts there. I think it was about 3 or 4, I think it was about 400 bucks with all the metal and everything included. I mean, you know, once it all came down. But now I have a heat treat oven and I can do stainless, I can do anything. I can set the timer, you know, and, you know, the thing is, the 3 or 4 months it took me to save up, I had 3 or 4 months to study and figure out the wiring and how to build it. You know, how to make the bricks and how to put everything together and how to insulate it. So while you're saving, do the research. You know, just because you don't have it right there at this time doesn't mean you can't, you know, work on it so when it does come, it'll be there. Man, that feels really good in the hand. That's another thing when your hand sand, like, you know, like I do everything on my 2x72, and then I'll bring it and hand sand it. But you're looking for any little divots, like you spray it down, and it turns black. As you're going over, you'll see divots pop out. You want to get those divots out, you want to smooth everything down, and just keep going over it. Like I said, you know, you take your, that's why I always say these belts. I got piles and piles of belts. You know, why spend money on sandpaper when you're going to be throwing away these belts anyway? They work great. So, you know, you take like an 80 or 60, you know, you get started, you go, you know, you get it shaped how you want it, get it all even, and then, you know, you take the 120, smooth it out. Then once you get it smoothed out, you know, come up here, here's the 220 pad. You know, the thing is, I still have all this spine and stuff to do. So once I get these handles where I want them and everything rounded out, I'll have to take them off and go back and finish the plunges and finish the spines and get everything done. So it's all a journey. It's all what you put into it. Have I rambled enough for you guys today? When I first started these videos, I didn't talk at all. It was all my music. Now you can't get me to shut up. I hear a little spot in me. Alright. Alright, I think my rant's over. I'm gonna, well, let me show you what I've done so far. Oops, wrong one. Basically, I went from like this. See how there's like all these divots and stuff? This one's gonna be real fun hand sanding. So I basically went from something like this, you know, to that. See how smooth it is? There's still a few spots. Here's one. You know, divots, stuff like that. But other than that, you know, there's a few up here, but I'll probably have to take it off a few up here. So I don't want to scratch the blade. So, yeah, it's looking real good. I gotta bring the line in, right, see here, this line is thicker right here than this. See how thin this line is and see how thick it is, so I'll have to bring this in some more. But yeah, that feels real nice in the hand. Alright, see how dark, I never touched the spine. That's how the spine looked before. So I'm gonna have to do the spines. You know, a few spots here. Then I think I'm gonna put the J-Flex belt on and bring this back a little bit. Round these out. And then finish. Boy, that looks draggy, huh? Well, yeah. Then I'll have to go up to like a 400 grit. There's a lot of dirt and grime. Anyway, so yeah, I still got a little bit to go on this, but I'm gonna put my headphones on, listen to some music, and yeah, I guess the rest will be a fast forward. That's another thing you can go by. Like, see these lines right here? These lines are like this. And these lines, you know, this needs to come in. I've had problems with my, you know, where it comes in right here. That seems to be my biggest problem area. Man, they're playing a bunch of DC bands today. They just had Bad Brains on, now they're having Minor Threat. It must be a sign! If you guys don't know, I live outside DC, born and raised. My whole life. Well, I lived in Virginia Beach for a little bit, but I'm a DC kid, man. I'm a city kid. Some Ramones. Sorry guys or girls, but I can't have copyright or I'd play it on the big radio. Now see, I got a few scratches. One screw's easier than two. There's a few scratches here. You know, the thing is, I'm gonna have to do this whole spine over anyway. But I'm just trying to get everything even. Damn, that'd be one hell of a knife, huh? So, See, everything's pretty even now. Took me a while to get these two in. This one still needs to go in just a hair more. You know. Then the trick is, when you want to make it look good, take some oil. Look at that, instantly beautiful. Right? See, I'm going to have to take this off the blade because I don't want to sit here and scratch the knife. So when I get them off because I'm going to have to do the bevels, you know, to whatever grit I want before I, you know, figure out what finish I want. I don't know if I want to, you know, high polish these, satin, or, you know, stone wash or whatever, so. But now I just have to look for blemishes. Looks pretty good. I think we're pretty good. You know, now I just have to take it to a higher grit and get all these scratches and stuff out, but yeah, that feels real good. So it's basically the same thing with this, you know, and this, you know, I'll hit it, edges and stuff, but there's really not much you want to do with this one. You know, you want to have that grippy feel. So you take the edges out. You know, get everything knocked down, smoothed out. You know, that feels real good. Yeah, that actually turned out pretty good. I gotta flip that viewer over. I'm trying to look at the camera while I'm doing that, but that looked pretty good. Man, it's bad enough I'm dyslexic and do everything backwards, and I gotta look at the camera that's backwards. Alrighty, there we go. I'll get used to these things. It's all about learning. I'll tell you, editing is harder than the actual knife making. That's why I've got to cut back from every day to like 3 or 4 a week, because man, I've been spending, you know, 4 hours down here making these, and then I spend like 4 or 5 hours editing. You know, I'm trying to play guitar, and you know, I gotta take care of my mom. She had a stroke in 2015, so I take care of her 24/7 because there's no way she's going to a nursing home. She took care of me for 40 years, 45 years or whatever. I'm not gonna put her in no home. That's crazy. So, you know, I'm her 24/7 maid and, you know, nurse and everything. But it's worth it. Well, have you learned enough about me today? It's been 30 days and I'm going to go upload this video, and I hope you guys like it. I keep saying guys, but that means girls too. That's just the way I talk. You know, once again, thanks for everything. You know, all the subscribers I have gained, and you know, everything that's come about from this 30 days. It's really driven me to do more. You know, I got some 1095. I'm going to do a few hormones, and someone commented on this old cleaver build from a year ago, so I'm going to build a cleaver for them, you know, show them how it's done. I got a jig I want to make, so stay tuned. There's big things on the horizon, you know. There'll be bad days. You know, today could have been a real horrible day. I didn't want to come down here and hand sand. It just seemed like, man, for such a great day, a lot of shit just seemed to be piling up on me, and I was like, man, it's just the way life is. You just got to get up and make the best out of it, you know, or you'll just give up and screw that. You know, I almost said the F word. You know, I've given up I gave up 10 years of my life, 15 years of my life. I'm not doing it. And you shouldn't either. You know, all this right here should prove it can be done. You know, if you're feeling down, you know, if you're like, oh man, you know, life is just taking me, you know, for granted. Everyone's taking me for granted. You know, no one cares. Well, you should care. Screw other people. You know, people aren't going to care about you if you don't care about yourself. You know, and there's always people out there that just want to watch the world burn because they're miserable. And no one loves them. I shouldn't say that. That's a little too far. But, you know, people that are miserable want other people to be miserable with them. You know? And they could be your best friends. You just gotta let them go, man. You know, help others as much as possible. Be a good person, you know. Sometimes it doesn't seem worth it. But man, inside you know it works. Alright, that's my rant for today. I'm uploading this. This one's gonna turn out, you know, you can see how much, look. This one started out like that. All the rib, you know, all the bad spots and all that. So that's all there is to it. Just time, effort, slow down, you know, compare sides, see how it looks, you know, make everything even, you know, and you know if it's not even, you know, don't wimp out, you know. But, you know, on the other hand, if that's the best you've done, Ecom Knives says it. You know, do the best you can do. And be honest about it, you know. If you put forth your effort and you made the knives to the best of your ability, you know, that's all that's important. You know, I've sold like 2 knives. I've had like 7 up on my website for a while. They're not selling, but you know, I'm not pressed. People don't know my name, they don't know me. They don't know if they can trust my product, you know, but I'm not going to let that get me down. I'm just going to keep at it. As I slam it. Damn it! Alright. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it, you know. This has given me a whole new reason to be happy. You know? I appreciate it. And I appreciate all the YouTubers out there that make videos too. You know? I try to comment and thank all of them, you know? I'm not even going to start naming them all because there's so many. You know? And guitar, I started, you know, learning guitar again. I've just been thanking people for all the help, you know? Because people don't have to do these things. You know? It's awesome. It's awesome. I wish when I was 20 years old I had YouTube. My life would have gone a whole different way. Alright guys, girls. Thanks for everything. I really appreciate it. Take it easy. Please like, please subscribe, share with your friends. Man, just have a great day.